Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Booker T here. I'm here with the one, the only.
A lot of people would say, thank God, the one and only. Josh Boob. I am Josh Boob. A lot of people can't tell the Boob kids apart, but I am Josh, also known as Boob number 2.
Yeah.
No, thanks for having me, brother.
Absolutely.
I have no idea what we're here to talk about.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, I'm excited. What do you got?
So Josh has, so first and foremost, we're talking about first-time home buyers.
Okay.
The reason why I wanted to bring Josh on is that Josh sold me my first home.
I did. I was lucky enough to be Booker's realtor. Really, I was Megan's realtor because the house was for Megan.
Yes,
she just is nice enough to let you live in it.
I don't even have any rooms in there. Barely have a closet. I'm just kidding.
But you guys had a very interesting process, buying process. But at the end of the day, I think you got the home of your dreams, right? It's a really sweet house.
To be honest with you, we're at a position now, Josh. We've lived there for 5 years. Typically, that's when people tend to think about making their next move.
Absolutely.
We don't want to go anywhere.
Well, you guys were at a different stage of life. If you don't mind me sharing some of your personal information.
Absolutely, no.
Share away. You guys were just married, I think, or just getting married. You were just married, and it was just the two of you. But now you got a little angel with you. And you realize how small the space becomes when you got more critters running around the house. So you guys are. It is still a nice house, a big house, a good house, but maybe you're outgrowing it. Maybe you want a different location or something. But life happens. Life seems to change.
Yes.
And 5 years, it doesn't sound like a lot, but geez, man, when you get married, you have kids, a lot changes.
Yeah. I was skinnier. I had more hair. I was more handsome. My wife is actually more beautiful now than she ever was.
I was going to say, Megan's getting more attractive. You're getting less attractive. I don't know, but I'm teasing now. I'm kidding. But life happens. Life changes.
Sure.
And there's no rule that says the house that you live in, you have to live in for the next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. I think it was different for a previous generation than it is for our generation. A $100,000 house and a $200,000 house can be completely different houses. Maybe that $100,000 house is a good starter home for you.
Yep.
If it's just you or just your significant other, maybe one kid, but then you start to get some pets. You start to get some more kids. Kids want to have ducks, chickens. And if you're living in town, maybe it doesn't meet your needs anymore. But your needs change, and so do your real estate needs.
Yep.
So I have a lot of people, and I'm sorry I'm taking over this, but
awesome.
I have a lot of people that will say, well, I've only lived in my house for 2 years. It probably wouldn't make sense to sell. Whoa, hang on a second. When you bought your house, it was worth this much. And in the last 2 years, the market has gone up this much. So you actually have a lot of equity in your property. If you were to sell, you could take home this amount of dollars, and maybe that amount of dollars is enough of a down payment for your dream home. And they're like, I never thought about that.
And maybe your payment's even similar.
True. I actually had that. That's when you bring that up. I had someone who they were living in their starter home. Payment was this amount. Then they were able to sell, and then they did the right things. They bought at the right time. They put a half bath in. Little things like that made their home more desirable. The school district they were in was killer and was only doing better. So they were able to sell their home and use that as a down payment on a new home, and their payment was exactly the same.
That's incredible.
Like you said,
That is incredible. That is so amazing. Yeah, it's just really incredible. Josh, for those of us that maybe we're thinking about buying that first home, maybe we're thinking about buying that second home. Where should we start?
Where should we start? A quick text or phone call to a realtor like us.
That's right. Yeah.
I think that is the best first step, because you hear people say, go get pre-approved. That is true. You do want to get pre-approved with a bank to know what your budget is, what you can afford, what your financial situation is, your credit situation, and what your options are. But let's say you go out and you get that pre-approval, you get that hit on your credit, and then you go talk to a realtor, and the house that you have been looking at doesn't qualify for the type of loan that you got approved for.
Right.
The bank you reached out to might not even offer a type of loan that house would qualify for. So my suggestion is talk to a realtor. Let us know what your wants, your needs are. If you have a specific property in mind, because who of us isn't scrolling Zillow when we're watching Netflix at night? And we're like, that's the one. That's the house. Tell us that. Be honest. Call us and just say, hey, I'm really thinking about this house. Might be out of my price range. I really don't know. Talk to me. What can I do?
Make the ask.
A lot of times we have inside information too on this house, why they're selling, what might be some challenges with the house, whether flood zone, has a spring, septic.
Sometimes certain properties only qualify for certain
That
programs,
is true. That is very true. Yeah. So the location might not qualify. The house might not qualify. And there's so much that goes into home buying. Don't be overwhelmed. Just make that first phone call to us. Tell us what you're thinking, what you want. We're not, I think realtors get the reputation a lot of being salespeople.
No.
Maybe when we're selling your home, if we're a seller's agent, absolutely, we're going to market your home to the best of our abilities and find as many buyers to come in and look. But as a buyer agent, if you're a buyer and you come to us and we're your buyer agent, it's customer service, baby.
It's service and it's advocacy. Yeah. At the end of the day, too, it's like if you're in that early stages, like we're going to give you a ton of free advice. It costs you absolutely nothing on the front end. Like really, it doesn't cost you anything to get some free advice. And then maybe you don't even end up purchasing, but now you've been educated, you've made the connection, you've established the connection. We could actually continue. I actually have buyers that have been opening my emails that I'm sending them. They're looking for their really like last home. They've been opening my emails for over 2 years.
I'm thrilled that they're opening your emails. That's what I heard. They're opening your emails. Yes. That's great. Yeah. Mine get blocked. I don't know. People just seem to block me. No, I also end up in a lot of spam filters just having the last name Boob. But there's a lot. I think there's a lot of misinformation out there.
Sure.
Too. I stopped at a gas pump the other day, went inside to pay. Girl behind the counter is like, "Hey, do you have any apartments for rent?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't at the moment, but check BobBoobRentals.com. Quick plug. That's where we keep our rental inventory.
Bob Boob Rentals.
BobBoobRentals.com.
That's the only kind of boob you want to type into the internet. Just want to throw that out there.
That is
keeping your eyes pure.
Hey, I got a fun story someday about BobBoob.com, our website. Maybe another video for that. But I have a fun story about how we got that domain name. Anywho, so this girl says that she's struggling to find a place to rent. I said, well, have you ever thought about buying? She goes, oh, I could never buy. My credit score is a 600.
Oh, boy.
And I'm like, you know what? Why do you think that matters? Why do you think that is a no? She goes, well, don't you need a 640 credit score to buy a house? I'm like, well, the one program that is a very popular one, it's called FHA. They used to have a requirement of 640, but my gosh, that was years ago. The current requirement, now I'm not a lender, but the last time I spoke with a lender, the FHA requirement was,
580?
580. Yep. 580 is what they told me. Incredible. When I told her that, she was like, well, geez, I could have bought a house 2 years ago.
Yep.
Talk to a realtor. Getting me to talk is free. Getting me to shut up will sometimes cost money. Yeah, you might have to buy me a donut or something. So I started. But no, like misinformation is a lot of things. Parents too. I love parents. Parents are a great resource. But man, I know when I bought my first house, I'm sorry, I'm hitting the microphone.
No, you're good.
When I bought my first house, I went to my dad. Now, I have the benefit of Bob Boob being my dad and being a realtor, and he knows the market. But I cannot tell you how many times a parent has told their child who is now in the market misinformation because it may have been true 10, 20 years ago when they bought their house.
Yeah.
You needed 10% down. You needed 20% down.
Right.
But so much has changed. We learned so much about the real estate market through the crash of 2008, the natural gas boom of 2011 to 2013, and then even the COVID boom of 2020. Right. A lot has changed in the lending world. So your parents are great. Love them as a resource. You're lucky to have them in the conversation. But if they're not a realtor or they're not a lender, don't let that be your final stop. Talk to them, get their advice. Man, the wisdom I get from my parents, I know is invaluable.
Absolutely.
But my dad talks to me about cars, giving me advice about cars. The man knows nothing. He's not a mechanic. He'll be the first to tell you. I ask him how many tires are on his car. He's got to double check. But he will tell you, like, hey, go talk to a mechanic. This is what I think, but go talk to a mechanic. And it should be the same for your home buying process and your home selling process. Talk to your resources, but don't let that be your final stop. If you're selling a home, I know we're doing a first-time home buyer thing here.
That's fine.
But maybe you're selling a home and buying a home for the first time. Maybe you got that home from your family or whatever, and you're buying and selling for the first time. When someone tells you what your home is worth, don't let that be your final stop. Talk to a realtor, talk to your lender, your appraiser, whoever. Just use the sources that are available, and we're here to tell you, we're available.
That's right.
We're available. Talk to us.
Yeah. And I think me and you, Josh, we're very similar in the fact that we love talking to people.
We do.
We love talking to people. We love helping people. That's one of the things that I love most about real estate is we get to help people. We get to help them with their story. We get to help them with their journey. We get to help them move on. We get to help them take a first step. We get to help them take a last step. That sounds pretty morbid, actually. It sounds like we just tripped somebody into a grave. But.
We are putting them in debt for 30 years. So
well, there you go. I'm not sure.
It is valuable debt. It is debt with an appreciating asset. It is a smart investment.
It's leverage,
You always look at maybe one of the things that I run into with first-time home buyers is they don't always understand why to buy.
Sure.
They're like, well, I like paying rent. If my furnace blows up, my landlord takes care of it. If my roof starts leaking, my landlord has to take care of it.
Sure.
All true and good. But you are paying your landlord's mortgage.
Yes.
That is what you're doing.
Yep.
Their mortgage is going down because of you. They have less and less debt on that property because of you. But that property is going up in value just because of simple inflation.
Yep.
I read one time that the standard inflation rate is 2 to 4% per year, depending on your market, flood zone, things like that. But in the last 5 years, Jersey Shore specifically had an annual increase of 9% on inflation.
Yep.
You can't put your money into anything and get a return of 9%. I mean, that's just rare from anything I know.
Yeah.
Other areas, South Williamsport, Montoursville, Loyalsock, they were even higher than us, anywhere between 10 and 15%, I read.
Yep.
So real estate is always a smart investor.
Yes.
And then just me, look at all the guys that, you look up to that seem to have some money in the bank. The Mark Cubans, the Donald Trumps, the
Donald.
Who's the real Warren Buffett? Warren Buffett. They all own real estate. Geez, Warren Buffett even owns a real estate company.
Yeah, he does.
There must be some value if the smartest, richest people.
Yep.
Dave Ramsey, absolutely. Love Dave Ramsey. They are all investing in real estate. So I come back around. If you are a renter and you're paying off someone's mortgage,
you are investing in real estate.
You are investing, but you're investing in someone else's real
pocket.
estate.
Correct.
Exactly.
You got it.
So why not you have the cash at the end of the day? You get the benefits. And I think this is one of the valuable things about talking to people like us. We both own real estate. We both have been at the beginning, and now we're on the process. Let us share with you our stories, our buyers' stories, things we're hearing. The old heads that love to tell us, how many properties they own and how much money they got in the bank. And I'm like, well, they're doing something right.
Yeah, listen to those guys.
Listen to them. Yeah, there's wisdom out there.
Well, this is awesome. Well, Josh, if somebody wanted to get in contact with you, how can they do that?
I'm the only Josh Boob in the world, according to howmanyofme.com. Quick side note, that is an interesting... If you get on howmanyofme.com, it'll tell you how many people have your first name, your last name, and the combination of the two. So I typed in Josh Boob, Joshua Boob, both versions. I'm the only Josh Boob in the world.
What an incredible, truly one of a kind.
Yeah, right? I typed in Bob Boob and Robert Boob. There was 8.
No kidding.
8 Bob Boobs in the country. That shows where we're at as a society. That's so scary.
There are other Bob Boobs among us.
Yes, that's scary to think. Everybody's a comedian. It'd be funny. We name our kid
Bob Boob. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's why... That's why he's in therapy every week. Yeah. But no, I'm kidding. But the best way to reach me, again, I'm the only Josh Boob in the world. You can find me on Facebook, any of the social medias, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever is your medium of choice. And my cell phone number is 570-772-4764. Call me, text me, tweet me.
Yep. Josh is awesome. Josh is a wealth of knowledge.
What else are the kids doing these days? Snapchat, Instagram.
Wolf, you know what I mean?
Wolf.com. No,
I'm just kidding.
That's an office reference.
That is an office
I would love to be on Wolf.com. I would love to.
I'm sorry.
I haven't heard that one.
Yeah. So give us a call. Yeah, my cell number is 484-619-7867. Call our office. Our office is pretty amazing.
Give us a ring, 570-398-0690. You can also go to that website, bobboob.com. I think it has contact stuff for us there. Yeah. Someday I got to share that story about how we got to the domain.
I can't wait.
That is a good story.
Be checking for another video of this awesome story. That would be hilarious. That'd be fun.
I do have some good stories. We should do sometimes Bob Boob trivia. I know a lot of things about Bob Boob that I think would be funny to everyone but him.
Oh,
no, Booker, thanks for having me, guys. Thanks for watching. If we can help you with any of your real estate needs, please don't hesitate to reach out. I think people always feel like they're bugging us. Call us, text us. I was getting texts last night at 10 o'clock at night. But that's how the world works. You're busy, you're doing stuff. But then you get home and you're watching Netflix, you're scrolling Zillow, and you got questions. You're like, I'm going to text that realtor in the morning. And then you never do. The morning happens, you get busy. Text us. You're never bugging us. I promise you.
Now, hey, we love you guys. We will talk to you guys soon. Super excited to help you in any way that we can. Don't hesitate to reach out.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Rock on.